2 years have passed since 14-year-old Treysuhr Carter was found lying unconscious on a northeast Austin road, just blocks from her home. She later died at the hospital from the severe internal injuries she suffered. The reason her family is convinced a vehicle hit her. But police instead determined she accidentally fell from her push scooter. Our reporting revealed missteps in the investigation, including the failure to gather key evidence at the scene, like that scooter, which has not been seen since that night. Those discoveries prompted police to reopen the investigation. Months later, that review is now complete, and the case is once again cleared with no change. APD would not speak with us about these developments, but the new report left us with more questions, just like it did for Treysuhr's mother.
We love you.
So every year we do a balloon release with all her friends, the parents, coaches, or whoever wants to come out at her gravesite. We had it at her gravesite.
When you release the balloons, that's symbolic. What does it mean to you?
So we're sending a message to Treysuhr, to heaven, that we're still thinking about you and we still care about you.
It's been 2 years since her death.
To me, it's still yesterday.
After the investigations that we did, the medical examiner amended the autopsy report and the police reopened her investigation. Police have now closed her investigation again. It took them months to reconstruct the crime scene, do more interviews. They've compiled nearly 200 pages in a new police report. This new investigator came in and did a forensic review of the case, looking at things like angles, potential speeds of the scooter going 25 miles an hour, the road conditions. Still, what he found, he says, supports it was likely an accidental scooter fall.
To me, they really haven't did anything but still try to make it an accident. That's the only thing they have done, is still try to make it an accident. I believe they need to bring in someone else, an outside person that has no involvement with APD.
It's 43. We're going to treat it like a crash.
The work that they've done, it's just a little too late.
It's way too late. Where do you go from here? It's 2 years later. You've lost all the evidence. And it started with her scooter.
What's that?
There's a scooter right here.
It also says without evidence, namely the scooter that was never recovered by police, it will be impossible to know if there was a hit and run.
All the evidence that was left on side the road, the person who hit my baby, because nobody can tell me different, the person who hit my baby came back and had time enough to pick the evidence up.
During the initial investigation, you had brought up to the detective that there were certain people that you suspected might know information or could have been involved. This new investigator in his report indicates that he did follow up on the leads for those potential suspects. Does that satisfy you at all?
No, not at all.
On the last page of the report, the investigator notes there is no statute of limitations on the charge of hit and run in Texas, so the case could be reopened if more information or evidence is brought to light.
You have to investigate for it to come back to light. But I don't believe they'll investigate any further from here.
I know that these may not be the answers that you want. My question for you now, should it take this much to get those answers? We got involved. There was an amended autopsy report, a new police investigation, and years of you and your family persistently asking for answers. Should it take this much to get those answers?
No, it should not. This is a homicide, and we're just gonna close it and leave it as an accident. Come on, y'all gotta give us some justice.
The new police report indicates the new detective reviewed surveillance video from nearby homes. While none show what happened on the road, in that time frame he notes a bang can be heard and it cannot be ruled out as the sound of Carter being struck by a vehicle. The The report also mentions her phone on scene when police noticed it was receiving Instagram group chat messages, one describing being involved in a police chase and Carter being drug out of the car by someone. The new detective followed up with the person behind those messages and also the last people known to be with Carter, but they had no new information, so the detective moved on. We are continuing to look into some of these questions and will follow up. Online now, explore our complete coverage, including why the medical examiner amended the autopsy report after we started looking into this case. Josh Hinkle, KXAN Investigates.